All right, so we're going to go for a test drive, but before I take off, let me kind of tell you a couple things. First of all, this Defender 110 is black. So it brings back some really good memories. It reminds me, kind of, just because it's black, reminds me of the second Defender that I ever had. The second one I ever had was black, Beluga black, which this one is Beluga black too. However, this one is much, much nicer. Interior, as you can see, is a saddle color, which is stunning, beautiful. My original one didn't have interior like this at all. It was actually, my original had gray vinyl versus this is 100% cowhide throughout, everything. And again, I already said it's Beluga black, but what's different on this one is the roof is a chorus gray metallic, which gives it a very nice custom bespoke feeling to it, that it's subtle, that you don't really notice it unless you're really looking. There's something really different about this one than any other Helderburg we've built, except for one other, and it has an automatic transmission. And we just don't do automatics that often. We've done it one other time, and reason being is that Land Rover didn't ever offer an automatic transmission in the RODW model, or ROW model, I mean, rest of world. And North American spec, they offered an automatic transmission, but however, you didn't get the very dependable 300 TDI, which is the turbo diesel engine. Instead, you've got an Oldsmobile engine that Oldsmobile abandoned in 1963, which is a petrol engine. And you got an automatic transmission that was a GM transmission with an Oldsmobile motor, which is GM. And but this one is a custom fabrication automatic transmission, and it's different. It's actually enjoyable, but it's not something that we do often just because the amount of hours that it takes and sourcing parts. But let's go for a drive so you can kind of experience it and see what it's like. And the name of this one is Acrux, which you can see on helderburg.com, Acrux, A-C-R-U-X. And it is available today. It's available for sale, and it's here in Sharon Springs, New York. I've only put 53 miles on it. It's a complete frame-up, nut and bolt restoration. New engine, new transmission, new transfer case, new differentials, new prop shafts, new doors, new fenders, new hood, new glass, new seals, new switches, new wiring harness. Everything on it is new. This is a 100% new 1996 300 TDI D110 named Acrux. So let's go for a drive. That's weird, just stepping on the brake and putting it in drive. It's a little weird for me. I feel like I need to be stepping on a clutch here any time, and I don't. So this one does have a Bilstein suspension under it, polyurethane bushings, progressive coil springs. It's comfortable. The seats are comfortable. It's got the noise dampening, deadening in it, of course. It's got all the stainless steel that we do, or I should say billet aluminum that's in a stainless steel color. And no changing gears, which is hard for me to keep in mind, that I just have to step on the accelerator. So again, it's an automatic transmission, and it's definitely different. So if you don't know how to drive a standard 5-speed manual transmission, then this would be the ideal Defender for you. Or if you need a daily driver where you're in stop and go traffic nonstop, then this would be the perfect Defender for you also, because you could have a donut in one hand and a coffee in the other and drive with your knee. Not saying you should do that, but if you are one of those. Climbing a really steep hill, no problem. That VNT turbo kicks in, the larger intercooler. And it's hard to imagine that we're here in October now in the autumn. that everything is still green. Some of the trees are changing, and some are already dropping leaves. This one does have the Helderburg Performance brakes on it, which is a custom fabricated brake with cross-drilled rotors. More specifically, they're the big red caliper. So you have 6 pistons in the front, so additional stopping power, 4 pistons in the rear. The rotors are a larger rotor, cross-drilled. It does have the Con wheels, which are a premium wheel. It has the Cooper STT tires on it, which is pretty much an off-road type tire, but they're great for the street too. They're not very noisy. They're an all-around good tire. So just kind of coasting right now, you really don't hear a lot of noise out of them. But if you were to go to the BF Goodrich KO2, it would be much quieter, but you lose that look. So this one does have the Italian Alcantara suede headliner. It's in an Alston black. And then, as I said on the seats, as you can see, they are a saddle color. In the rear, I did 2 seats in the rear in the second row with a center cubby. It is a stadium type seating, meaning that your passengers in the second row sit up higher, so they're able to see over the driver and passenger seat, see through the windshield. It's much nicer of an experience for your passenger. It does have the center-facing benches in the rear for 4 additional passengers. So this has seating for 8. And as I said, it's got new doors, the new style doors, all new glass, new seals, new fenders, new hood. It has our heritage style Helderburg headlight surrounds, which are billet aluminum. It has the unique bumper that I really like a lot. And then it has the bump out in the center with the grille that is handmade in Germany that is actually metal. So nice driving Defender for sure, but of course it would be. It's a Helderburg. If you want more videos on it, there's more videos on helderburg.com. If you want more pictures, also on the website too. And this one's available, so if you want an automatic transmission, D110, then this would be the one. I wouldn't wait because we don't have any more in the build queue. It just takes way too many hours and to do the automatic transmission and do it right. So the beauty of the 300 TDI, which is again turbo diesel, is you don't have tune-ups, you don't have spark plugs, you don't have, a distributor, you don't have those type of things. So all you have to do is change the oil every 3,000 miles and then change your fuel filter every other oil change, drive it and enjoy it. That's all there is to it. Highly dependable, bulletproof, and people are always amazed when I tell them that you could expect to get anywhere from 28 to 32 miles per gallon in a turbo diesel in a 300 TDI. Very fuel efficient, so it's a great vehicle for a road trip, great vehicle for daily driving, and if someone doesn't buy it quickly, I think I will be taking it on a road trip. Just have to decide if it will be all the way to Nova Scotia or if I will just go to Maine. Maine, where we go normally, is about a 12-hour drive, so it's quite the distance. And then Nova Scotia is quite a bit farther, because depending if we want to take the ferry or if we want to go up and around. But both beautiful areas, middle of nowhere, no billboards, no gas stations. Well, Nova Scotia, there's gas stations, depending on where you go, but the part of Maine where we go, it's definitely very rural, and it's a great place to camp. All right, so that's it. Acrux, A-C-R-U-X. The D110 by Helderburg in Beluga Black with a chorus gray roof, and has all of the performance options: VNT turbo, performance exhaust, performance head cylinder, or cylinder head. It's a beautiful truck. It's available now, and an automatic transmission.